recording in the GoToWebinar. I'm also going to record this via Camtasia, and heaven help me, I hope this works. Okay, it's starting in 3, 2, 1. You guys can probably see that. Okay, good deal. All right, so we're getting ready to get started. Now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you this right now. I am terrible. Thank you, Ashley, so much. I am terrible at speaking and looking at the question box at the same time. I am just absolutely horrible with it. So you'll have to forgive me, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to answer your questions. I certainly do want to answer your questions, and we certainly will. What I would like for you to do is just go ahead, if you have a question, to drop it in the question box, and what I will do whenever it comes time to answer all of those, I will hop in there and answer those questions, and I'm sure there will be tons of them. And that's fine. That's cool. I will get in there, and I promise you guys I will answer them. So it just, as we go along the presentation, just drop them in there, and everything will be great. So I'm going to give one final look at everything. Okay, good. Everything's the thing. Linda, we'll talk about the Katie promo app a little bit later on. After the presentation is over with, I'll get to you on that question. Okay, cool. All right, so that's everybody for now. All right, so what we're going to talk about tonight is the 5 guaranteed success factors, the 5 Kindle factors that you need to have in order to sell your book. Now, before I go into any of this, I'm going to tell you guys right now, these are not, how should I put it? This is not something that's like brain rocket science here, okay? This is when you're going to go through this, you're going to say, okay, well, yeah, I can see that, I can see that, I can see that. But the funny thing is, and this is what I don't get, is the funny thing is I don't see a lot of you guys, and not just you, I'm just like authors in general, really indie authors particularly, are just not using these like they should. I don't want to like make outrageous claims. I don't want to say anything that like, you know, that's unbelievable, but I really, really, truly believe that I've kind of discovered a formula that just will about have success with any Kindle book that you produce, okay? I don't want to say it's like 100% guaranteed, okay? Because, I mean, yeah, I don't want to go around throwing around promises I can't keep. But I can say that if you follow this, like these factors, and you make sure that they are present in your book, you will sell copies of your book, and you know, more so than maybe if you wouldn't have done before. And if you don't have all 5 of these factors present, you know, you may still sell some, but if you get all of them and you nail all of them, it's going to be like clockwork. It's going to be successful. You know, right? That's just what it's going to be. So we're going to dive into that for a minute. Now, before I go on, before we move on, and come on, slides, there we go. I want to tell you guys a little bit about ourselves in case you're not really terribly familiar, if you're just now joining. I am Rob. I'm the ugly mug on the left, and this is my beautiful partner on the right. She's definitely the better looking of the two of us. On the right there, that's Ashley, and on behalf of Ashley, who wishes she could be talking to you guys right now, she has said we are having computer difficulties. If you guys missed it earlier whenever I was talking about that, she really wishes she could be here. She is here in the same room with me, so she's here in spirit. All right, but anyway, just tell you a little bit about ourselves. Guys, we just got together not too long ago, and we formed BookSmarts LLC. And BookSmarts LLC is all about producing training, coaching, and software that will dramatically increase success with your books. That's our aim, and our goal is to help authors have more success with their books. And we just got done setting all of this up as a permanent partnership, an actual LLC. So we got a lot of cool things in the works that we're going to tell you about. One of those things we're going to tell you about tonight. Now, before I go on, I want to say, yeah, there is going to be a little pitch at the end, but I want to say this. I hope that you guys can walk away with this webinar with some information that will help you, even if you don't purchase, and that's okay. At the very end, I'm going to offer you something that will help speed you along. If you want to skip some of the errors and some of the mistakes that we made, you want to get moving forward a lot faster, then you can take that up. And if not, that's okay. And I'm going to say it's okay if you don't, because like Ashley and I, neither of us had that kind of help or support either. We kind of blundered our way through it. But if you choose to take that, that's cool, and we'll definitely help you with that. But I do hope that you guys walk away with some information. Now, we're also doing a contest. I thought it would be kind of fun to do a contest. Last time, we were giving away a piece of software if you guys came. This time, we're going to do a contest. All of you guys should have got software from the last webinar that failed. We went ahead and gave it out anyway to the entire list because we felt like that you guys deserved something for your wasted time, because that was terrible on our part. We do apologize. that we had the tech glitches. Okay, so if you go to booksmartlabs.com/contest, CONTEST, and I tell you what, I will actually put this in the chat box so you all can click on it. Whoops. If I can do that without, I'll just type it in. That's what I'll do. Okay, so here we go, www.booksmartlabs.com/contest. So here's what we're going to do. You go to that link, and you click on it, and you enter in your name and email address. And what Ashley and I are going to do at the end of the webinar, we're going to draw 5 names, right, Ashley? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 names, and we're going to give away 5 different prizes. The first prize is a 2,500 guaranteed download book promotional package that's valued at $147. We're going to actually purchase that for you, and we're going to give it to you to use on your book. You just tell us what book you want to use it on, and we will purchase it, and we will send you guys, whoever wins that, 2,500 downloads guaranteed and more than that, usually more people sign up. And so we're going to do that for you if you win it. That's kind of the big prize that we're giving away. So hopefully you can win that. That's awesome. Enter in for that. We're also going to give away 2 $25 Amazon gift cards. It's getting close to the Christmas season, and we thought, what the hey? Everyone likes Amazon Cash because, well, one, we all sell crap on Amazon, obviously our books, and 2, they've got just about everything. So do a little bit of your quick Christmas shopping. Cut $25 off of it. And so if you win that, we got two of those that we're giving away. And then finally, 2 unlimited free packages of all $10 products that we make, $10 priced $10 or less that Ashley and I make and promote. You guys will get that for free for life. So it's a free lifetime membership of our smaller reports and packages. We got 2 of those that we're giving away. So 5 people to win. In order to claim that prize, you have to be here. Okay, you have to be on the webinar in order to claim the prize. So what we'll do is we'll call out your name and say, Mr. or Mrs. XYZ, you have won this prize, and will give you a minute or 2 to get in the chat box and say, hey, that's me, I'm here, and we'll say, great, we'll email it to you then. Okay, so if you're not here, if you you leave, whatever, that's fine. But if you're not here and we call out your name and you don't claim it within like a minute or 2, we will move on and give it to somebody else. Okay, so that's how it works. So enter the contest and do that right now. I'm going to take another drink, and I'm going to give everyone a second to make sure that they get entered in. When you guys are entered, give me a yes in the chat box to let me know that we're good to move on, and we will move on. A good drink to have is probably water, but I'm drinking Coke instead. So that's okay. No, I'm fine. Thank you, Ashley. She's like, do you want water? Yes, and awesome. Good to go. Entered, good to go. Robert says, entered. I'm in. Ready. Awesome. And Mark says, yes, now you can send me the 2,500 downloads. Awesome. Gordon, thank you. Oh, Norman will be asleep when this ends. Oh, Norman, I'm sorry. Okay, Linda, good. Vic and Linda and Gary and a good glass of wine. Yes, it is. I was going to tell you guys, I'm actually half thinking about that when the question section starts. Get busting out the wine. Have a little wine with you guys. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Enough jerking around. Let's get this going. Are you guys, if anyone is here struggling to make this work, let me know. And what I mean by struggling, I mean maybe you're struggling to get your first book written. Maybe you don't know what niche or genre to get into. Maybe you have a book written, but you're not making any sales. Okay, if any of that is you guys, let me know. Give me a, I'm kind of struggling with some of this stuff. If you're not struggling, say, no, Rob, things are going great. I'm making $10,000 a month on Kindle. If you're doing that, that's awesome. We want to talk to you. We want to talk to you because we like hearing success stories. We love it when people are successful. But if you're not having that, hey, that's okay, because you know what? My first book, I'll tell you about my first book. It flopped. All right, dead flop. I sold like 3 copies. I did a KDP Select giveaway, and I gave away maybe 50 copies of it. And then when it went back on sale, I sold 3, and it hasn't sold anything since, and it's kind of an embarrassment. So we all been there, right? We've all been there. So if you're struggling, just let me know. Let me look at the chat box. 8 books, slow sales. Hey, but Mike, that's not too bad. 40 to 60 per much. Just getting started, Kat. But enjoying the journey, Nick. I tell you what, that is something that is really, really cool. Is this the journey of being an author is really awesome. Had 200 downloads and sold 5. But hey, Chris, that's not bad. You're a little bit better than what I did. I sold like 3, so you're 2 ahead of me whenever I first started. Have a book written, given away 250, sold 10. Cool, 14 books a month. Oh, so we're having, some people are really starting to have a little bit of success. You know, it's not like millions of dollars a month or anything like that. And of course, you know, that's really rare and really hard to get to. But hey, you guys are doing good. I'm glad to hear that you guys are taking action. I want to brag on you guys for a minute. I'm going to tell you what, like I've done internet marketing and I've helped with business people for a long time. And I will say this, that Kindle authors like you guys are some of the hardest working and far more active and far more, what's the right word I'm looking for, Ashley? Willing to go get it. That's what Ashley just said. You guys, this group of people, I don't know what it is about you guys, but you are some of the hardest out of the entire, like, hey, I want to make some money, you know, working out of my home, you know, indie authors, you guys just rock. Serious, thank you, serious. So I'm bragging on you guys because I've been really impressed over the past 2 years with the stuff that you guys have done. It's just really, really impressive. And even like you guys that are making small sales, that is so much. I'm going to tell you guys, you are so much farther ahead than these other people that are trying to, like, you know, do stuff on YouTube or, like, you know, trying to set up, like, you know, membership sites or AdSense or stuff like that. You guys are taking action and you're doing it, and you're so much farther along than a lot of people. And I want to thank you so much for being awesome like that. All right, and if you haven't, I know some of you are just getting started, hey, that's okay. You know, but the fact is that I know a majority of you guys are all jumping in and doing it. Okay, enough bragging. I'm really proud. I'm gushing here, okay? Okay, so we're going to talk about how we can help. All right, so I'm going to show you the 5 factors of guaranteed Kindle success, and we want to help you. And these people I'm going to show you were coached by us, okay? And the reason I'm showing you this, guys, is because I want you to understand how important these really are. Every single one of these people I'm about to show you have used these factors successfully. And we've walked them through and made sure that they're using them successfully. And this is just simply to emphasize that these factors, I'm not making this up. This isn't some random bullshit I'm pulling out of my butt, okay? This is real stuff, all right? Let's talk about case study number 1. Now, not a lot of you guys are going to recognize this. You're going to recognize it because I've used it, the screenshot specifically for KD Promo app, and I've also used it for the KD 5100, okay? That's because both of those were used to produce this. Okay, these are the results that one of my coaching students has. 5,100 units downloaded on a brand new book. She was a brand new author on Kindle. Okay, selling for 30 units a day on the 4th day of selling. Now that was back in July. She's still selling, I think, an average of 10 to 15 copies a day. It's starting to slow down because she needs to run the 5th factor, which is the sales catalyst I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. But once she does that, she's going to bump up in the rankings again, and she's going to start selling more. So as you can see, this is case study number 1. Now, whenever I set her up, I said, okay, here's the factors that you need to do. You need to do this, 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 and this. She went and did it. She came back to me, and she said, okay, Rob, how am I doing? I said, okay, well, you need to tweak this, you need to tweak that, and you need to tweak this. And then she did all of that, and then we set up the catalyst. We promoted her book, and it took off. Okay, we use the software that you guys know, KDP Select, the KD Promo app. We use that. We got it in front of some book sites. They sent her a lot of downloads. And because of that, she's successfully selling. So this is case study number 1. Case study number 2, it's the same author, just to make sure that, like, this is whenever I was really, really testing these factors. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just a flop, because that can happen. You know, flops happen. So second title that she released, you know, later on that month, she wrote 2 books. What she did was she wrote 2 books at the same time. They were kind of in a series. They're related. They weren't really directly series like, you know, volume 1 or book 1, book 2, but they were all along the same universe, the same fiction kind of universe, okay? So she ended up giving away about 4,000 copies of her second book. She's selling about 15 copies a day, at least at that point in time, all right? So that was case study number 2. So 1 and 2, both of them have to do with those 5 factors. Now, just to let you know, I'm moving on to the second case study, or this third, technically, case study. This is where I've been working with a 12-year-old, all right? Now, you guys might have seen this before. I released this product. It's about how I ended up getting a Kindle book in front of over 10,000 people. This is a testimonial from that product. Marketing Bonnie says that an organization with millions of followers is going to be promoting my book series, and we're going to start working together next week. And what happened was, and the reason I released this product was because I worked with a 12-year-old girl and her family one-on-one, and we made sure that she had all 5 of these factors. She had a good quality book. She had the 5 factors. We helped promote. The promotion took off because it was successful. We then turned around and used media, which we're going to talk about in just a second, which is part of the 5th factor. She got it in front of over 1 million people and has sold several thousand copies of her book. Awesome. 12-year-old girl, guys. This is a 12-year-old. And if a 12-year-old can do this, there's no reason why you can't. She's not the only one. I'm going to tell you about another one in just a second. Now, here's case study number 4. This is, again, specifically highlighting the 5th factor that we're going to talk about, getting your book on the news. Now, this book right here that you're seeing, this is Ashley's book. You can see it on Fox 35, Central Coast News. All right, she actually got interviewed. Ignore the old crappy Kindle cover. Sex, drugs, and being an escort. She, this is her memoirs. She wrote a journal and she published it, and she ended up getting in front of the news, and that's awesome. So, you know, she, in this really interesting story, she was telling me that she was working with a college student about escorting. In case you guys don't know, Ashley's been an escort, and you know, doing escorting and that sort of thing. She was working with a college student who's writing a paper about the sex trade and sex industry. I guess from what I understand, it didn't really turn out. I guess she kind of dropped the project. The college girl did, and so they kind of stopped talking. But anyway, so later on, if I'm getting my story correct, later on, Ashley got onto the news, and Ashley's like, hey, maybe this girl's still interested, and she sent the girl the book. So what happens is the girl writes her back and goes, hey, my mom saw you on the news the other day, and I think that's, and she called her up. She actually called her and said, hey, I saw your mom on the news. This is really cool. And it just goes to show you how powerful the media is. And it blew Ashley away because she wasn't expecting to talk to this girl that she had sent her, you know, and been talking to before. And suddenly this girl's like, hey, I saw you on the news. You're like famous now or whatever, you know, kind of blew her away. But that just goes to show you that the media obviously going to have a huge impact on your visibility of your book. And again, this highlights the 5th factor that we're going to talk about here in a little bit, the promotional aspect. Okay, here's another kid. This chick was 12-year-old time, Susie Spear. She's a friend, close family friend of ours up in Montana. And she hasn't released her book just yet, but we are working on the 5 factors. Okay, and she wrote her book, and she wrote her book according to the 5 factors that I told her about, and this is one of them. You're actually looking at factor number 2.3 or something like that, 3.3, where the book cover is specifically designed to grab attention, and I'm going to talk about why that is. Okay, so this kind of looks like this is a case study from one of the factors as well, and not only that, it's just cool. I wanted to brag about her and show you guys because, like, you know, she's like 13 now, and she wrote a novel, and she's going to be releasing it here soon. We're going to release it using the 5 factors. I'm going to update all you guys, too, whenever that is done, because I'm really excited about it. I love seeing what she's doing. So the thing is if kids can do this with our help, you can, too. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to walk through these 5 factors. I'm going to show them all to you guys. And these aren't the only case studies. We're going to go through some more later, and I just love talking about these because they're so exciting and they're motivating. They're motivating to me, and hopefully they're motivating to you guys too, okay, so that you can have success with this. All right, so pay attention. Take notes. This is important. What we're going to talk about. I've got some stuff. I want you guys to walk away from this really, really learning some stuff and really implementing these in your book. So what are the 5 factors? These are the 5 factors right here. A great niche or genre. Obviously, if you're selling underwater basket weaving to 80-year-olds, if that's the niche you're in, you're probably not going to make a whole lot of sales. Okay? Obviously, you got to have a great niche that people are buying in, and there's all kinds of great niches. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Second factor, professional smoke and mirrors. Now, let me move back just a second. If we take a look at this cover, excuse me, this e-cover right here, this highlights one of these factors of this professional smoke and mirrors, okay? And I'm going to go into detail in that in just a minute. But this is really about separating yourself from all of the other indie authors and making you look different. Not just different, making you look better. I'm going to tell you guys right now, one of the reasons why indie authors struggle so much is because the public at large, the people that we're selling to, unfortunately have this mentality that indie authors equals low quality. Part of that, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, part of it is all of us has brought that on ourselves, okay? Whenever Kindle first got started, there was, and you guys haven't done this specifically, but I'm just saying the market, the authors and the publishers of Kindle as a whole have done this to ourselves. When Kindle first came out, a lot of you guys know that Amazon allowed PLR, and that was a huge mistake on their part. Okay, what happened is Amazon allowed it, and PLR flooded, absolutely flooded the Kindle marketplace. 99 cents to $2.99 Kindle PLR junk books or public domain books, and what happened was in that first year or so that it was allowed, it really, really, really hurt the marketplace. It made a lot of the buyers, the people that are buying, a little bit wary about buying a indie author book because there's so much garbage on there. Okay, on top of the fact that it is really easy to get a book up there, it's not that difficult. A lot of people will produce a book that's just not that high quality. Okay, now a lot of you guys are producing high quality books. I've seen what you guys can do. But unfortunately, that doesn't mean everyone is. Okay, so how do we do it? How do we separate ourselves from those people? We use the professional smoke and mirrors. I'm going to talk about all of that in just a minute. Related to that is price anchoring. I'm going to say this right now. A lot of us authors are selling our book too damn cheap. Okay? I know. Everybody in the planet talks about the 99 cent to $2.99 Kindle deal. Well, I'm going to totally take that, and I'm going to tell you, no, that is flat out wrong. And I'm going to tell you why here in a moment. Okay, number 4, minimum reviews. This one's kind of a given. Everyone knows you need to have a few minimum reviews of a decently high rating, 4 to 5 stars, in order to really start kicking up successful sales. I mean, it's just kind of a given if you're a new author. The promotional catalyst. This is where a lot of people don't get this one right. You know, you can do all 4 of those correct. The top 4, good niche, really separating your book out and making it look professional, and making it stand out and seeming professional like it's published. Pricing higher, a little higher to give it value, and doing price anchoring stuff, getting a minimum number of reviews. But then here's where people flub. They stop right there. And they go, okay, where's the sales at? And they never, ever, ever come. I'm going to tell you right now, the promotional catalyst is one of the most important things that you can do for your book. And we're going to talk about that just in a second. Without it, you're not going to get the ball rolling. And you got to get the ball rolling in order to make this work. Now, before I move on, I'm going to check the question box just to make sure I'm actually being heard. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Someone said the audio dropped out. Just loud and clear. Thank you, Luke. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay, awesome, guys. I just want to make sure that audio was still there. Okay, I'm taking a drink. And now I'm moving to the next slide. All right, let's talk about this stuff in specifics. Okay, great niche or genre. This is kind of a given. I mean, kind of not. I mean, it is and it isn't. I mean, everyone kind of knows what the big ones are. They know that if it's fiction, romance. And any subgenre of that. Romance, vampire romance, supernatural romance, historical romance, romance mystery, romance horror, romance, whatever. Yeah, I mean, if it's romance, it's probably going to sell, right? Unless it's crap, it's going to sell. All right. Science fiction, fantasy, those two are huge. Post-apocalyptic, that's pretty huge right now. Anything with end of the world or zombie apocalypse, man, I tell you what, those will really do it. So those are the big ones, the fiction. Anything related to romance or then, of course, there's mystery or crime dramas. I mean, a lot of those. You know what the big ones are, the big popular ones. Right in those niches, and you will not go wrong. Okay, you cannot pick a bad niche if you're going into those. And I know a lot of people say, yeah, but romance, Rob, and like kids books, kids fiction and stuff like that. Those are huge marketplaces, and like everybody's writing books in those. But let me tell you what, everyone is writing books, and every person that if you find a person who's reading these books, who reads romance and science fiction with regularity, I don't care. These people will buy your book, and they will buy your book and the next person's 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 book. Guys, if you're writing fiction, I'm going to tell you right now, you have an advantage. You have an advantage because you're writing fiction. All right? There's a great thing about fiction is that you're entertaining people. All you have to be is entertaining. You got to be able to tell a good story. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people get caught up on this book writing thing. As, I can't write that well. Well, you don't have to write that well. To be honest, you just got to tell a good story. being able to write well is always a plus. You know, as long as you have decent grammar and decent spelling, and the person can sit down and read and understand, you don't have to be Ernest Hemingway. Okay, you don't have to be J.R.R. Tolkien. All right, you don't have to write like a literary master. You just have to sit down and tell a good story. That's all you've got to do. And the story can be freaking cut and dry. Guys, let me tell you what, I read science fiction and fantasy with regularity, and I do not care. Like, if it is the good old-fashioned hero's journey, I will like it. What do I mean by hero's journey? That's where, like, the local farm boy is the fucking, freaking chosen one. He's the chosen one. Pardon my language. He's the chosen one who goes out to save the world, and he's got Gandalf as his trainer, and you know, he's got this magical item or trinket or whatever. And I don't care if that's the same cut and paste story that we've heard thousands of times, but it doesn't matter. If it is told like that, I will buy it and I will read it and I will enjoy it. Don't get caught up in having the most amazing writing on the planet, and it's got to be completely unique. Just tell a good story, and if you can tell a good story, you're going to have success in the fiction, okay? Nonfiction, anything of the health, relationship. Ashley was going to say sex. You're talking about sex and relationships, you're going to sell. Of course, with fiction, if you write erotica, that's always a good market to get into. Erotica is huge, and erotica is really easy to write as well, all right? But yeah, so like health, wealth, and relationships are the big three. Okay, so if you totally get into that, you can't go wrong. Okay, so those are great niches. And I know a lot of you guys have gotten into other stuff, and I'm always amazed by the stuff that you guys end up finding. Whenever I talk to you guys, I'm always amazed by, like, yeah, I've gotten in this niche, and I'm like, holy cow. And then like I look at the numbers, and I'm like, wow, they're scoring pretty big in this. All right, so but anyway, if you stick with those, you're going to be safe. Any one of those is always a good choice. Now let's talk about professionally published. This is how we separate ourselves from the rest of the indie marketplace. And as I said before, most people think that indie self-published authors suck. We have to disprove that. We have to disprove that your book does not suck. Okay, that you are not one of these other cheapy 99-cent to $2.99. That your book is good. Obviously, always have a good book. But in order to sell, you need to make more than that. You need to show them before they sit down and read it that your book is of higher quality. Otherwise, they will not purchase it. We have to convince the viewer of that without them reading it. How do we do that? We have these factors right here. A great attention-grabbing title. Guys, you don't want to do a keyword stuff title like Dog Training Guide for People Who Like Dog Training. That's over the top and ridiculous, but a lot of people think that that's what they need to do in order for Amazon to rank them higher. Don't do it. It's not necessary. A great attention-grabbing title. Okay. Excuse me for being inappropriate. And the reason I thought about, the reason I kind of blurted out the F word just a moment ago is because I was thinking about this example, and for some odd reason I was thinking about it and it all related. If you guys know Adrienne Hugh, okay, she's a Kindle author. She just put, I can't believe I'm going to share this with you guys. I hope anyone, oh God, people are going to leave after, Ashley's laughing in the background. She knows what I'm going to talk about. She put out a book called, and I kid you not, 50 Ways to Eat Cock. And she's talking about chicken, okay, fried chicken and all sorts of, it's chicken. It's a chicken recipe book. But it's called 50 Ways to Eat Cock. And you cannot imagine the puns that she is putting out everywhere to promote her book. Now, guys, if that's not an attention-grabbing title, I do not know what is. Now, whether or not it's great, that's up to be, that's totally, it's just, that's up for debate. Regardless, it is an attention-grabbing title, okay? Now, it's pretty witty, it's kind of pun, and it does have, it relates to sex, obviously, and so we all know sex sells. So obviously she's grabbing attention like that. If you're selling like, a Christian ministry book, something like that might be highly inappropriate for your audience. Obviously, you've got to relate it to the audience you're selling to. You can't have a book like that if you're selling, to nuns, right? You can't do that. You just can't. But you could still make it an attention-grabbing title. And there's so many examples of this, and I wish I could stick on this one and show you guys some great examples, but I got so much information to cover, I'm going to have to move on. Regardless, though, make sure it is a great attention-grabbing title, a great attention-grabbing cover. Now, I'm going to go back real back far here. If you, once again, look at Susie's cover, it's very simple, but it does one thing. That big, yellow, bold words right there is easy to read in the small thumbnails. Guys, this little trick right here, can make and break the difference in your campaign. If your attention-grabbing cover is easy to read in the thumbnails and that they call out to the reader when they're browsing through the readers also purchased section, that's what we want. We want to get in that. Then you're golden. So say, I'm going to use this as another example. Say you're in the vampire romance or some sort of supernatural romance. A lot of books use the black with the red type font and the blood and maybe like someone kind of scary or creepy or seductive or sexy on the title or on the cover. Yeah, that's okay, but everybody's doing it. So you know what I would do? I would do the exact opposite. I would make the entire book red, have the font in black, and maybe do something a little bit different. So that whenever people are scanning through the books, when they're searching in Amazon, that book cover will stand out to them and will cause them to click, that and the title will cause them to click and to go to your book page. And that's exactly what we want. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit out of order. So they go to your book page, right? They clicked on it. They see that it's a professionally designed cover. The first thing, I guess I'm going to do this in order. The next thing that they're going to notice is that not only do you have a digital copy, but you have a physical copy as well. And this is where, if I'm going to guess, I don't really know this, I'm just guessing that at least half of you guys do not have a physical copy of your book. What I mean is a CreateSpace. You take your book, you also get it uploaded to CreateSpace, and then that way you have a physical and a digital copy as well. A lot of our buying audience that we're selling to on Kindle they go through, they see these ebooks produced by indie authors, and there's no physical copy. But I'm going to tell you right now that if you have a physical copy, not only are you increasing the likelihood of someone buying your book, because a lot of people don't buy digital copies. They'll only buy a physical copy. So not only are you leaving probably 30 to 40% of your potential market, you're just leaving them behind. So you're leaving like putting 30% of your potential income, just leaving it on the table. Not only are you doing that, but you're also showing other potential buyers that you're just an indie author that just releases digital copies of your book. There is something to be said about having a physical in your hand, held in your hand copy of a book. Even if it's just paperback, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you're holding that copy in your book, it implies that there's some sort of physical value there. There's an actual printed value. You're holding the book in your hand. You actually own something. Now, even though they may not buy the physical copy, that doesn't matter. There's a psychological thing in our heads that when we see that, we go, oh, no, not only does this person selling digital, he's also got a physical copy. Well, he's got to be more serious, because half the people that write books don't have digital copies. They're just indie authors. This dude over here, he's got an awesome book cover that grabs attention. He's got an awesome title. Wow, this guy's looking professional, and he also has, or she also has, a physical copy of their book. Brilliant. Okay, that's awesome. That means that they're not an indie author. The next thing relates to the physical copy is a custom imprint. If you guys don't know what a custom imprint is, it is getting your ISB in, an actual ISB in from Amazon, and you're actually able to say, hey, I can make, I'm actually published under this publishing house. So for me, I could say, I'm actually published under R.L. Howard Publishing. Okay? So customers, again, the potential customers are scrolling through, and they see, it'll say, published by blah, maybe your last name or whatever publishing company you decide to set up. It doesn't have to be a company. It can just be like, your DBA, doing business as, published under this name. And they're going to go, okay, well, this looks like it's an actual published book from a published author, which means that from a publishing house, which means they have editors on staff, they have marketing, they're putting money behind the book. It's almost like it's almost like a testimonial, social proof. All right, so you have a physical copy of your book, and you have an ISBN and a custom imprint with your physical copy. People are going to see it, and they're going to go, oh, hey, this is an actual professional book. This is professionally done. Even though it might have just been you all the way. You did all the writing, you outsourced maybe a little bit of the editing and a little bit of fixing up here and there, but you went in Fiverr and got a good cover made, and you set up all these factors correct. They're not going to know. They're not going to know, because they're going to sit there and go, wow, this is really cool. And a good description copy, this again, a lot of authors just say, hey, this book is about XYZ, or about this boy who goes on an adventure and saves the world. Or, he does this and this and this. No, good description copy makes all of the difference in the world. So, sell it. Sell the book. If you've got a book about a romance, like lead off, like, maybe put a little opening scene in there about how Jasmine is chasing after her man because he's about to leave on the plane, and or whatever. Make it so you draw the people in. Toss a couple of the best reviews up top so it'll draw attention to it, and they can read the description copy. All right. You would be surprised. Excuse me, I had to take a drink there. You would be surprised how many people actually will make a buying decision on good description copy. There's a lot of people that do. Okay? So in short, make them believe that you are published by a real publishing house. All right? The next factor directly relates with this factor. Why? Okay, I'm going to stop back. I'm going to stop for just a second. Why would you want to make yourself look like you're professionally published? Because people that are published by an actual publishing house have money behind of them. And people, like, as human beings, we take like shortcuts, okay, to make decisions. We don't just, we don't always like to sit there and like go through the pros and the cons, and like, I mean, especially when we're looking at books priced between $2.99 and $10, okay? We want to take a shortcut in a buying decision. And one of those shortcuts that we take is to see whether or not they are published by someone. If they're published by someone, then that means they must be good quality. As I said, it's social proof. It's one of the factors that we use to make a quick decision. Okay? So if you make it look like you're professionally published, they're going to say this. They're going to say, hey, okay, this guy's professionally published. They're not going to know whether you are or you're not, and it really doesn't matter. But they're going to think that you are, and something's going to snap, and they're going to say in their head, and they're going to say, okay, I trust it. This is trustworthy. Okay? I want to buy it. The other thing that makes it trustworthy is that you're not pricing it at 99 cents to $2.99. Okay? I'm going to hammer on this. And I haven't really hammered on this before, but I'm going to start hammering on it more. Do not price your books at 99 cents, guys. Do not price them at $2.99. You're making your book, you're devaluing your book, and you're making it look like it's crap. Maybe it's not crap. It doesn't matter if it is or it isn't, but the fact is if you're pricing it that low, people are going to assume that it's worth that much. Okay? This is scary. I'm going to tell you right now. Raising your price is the scariest thing on the planet to do, especially if you're selling, okay? If you're already selling successfully, raising your price is the scariest thing on the planet to do, because if it ain't broke, why fix it? But let me tell you what. You would be surprised. I've told authors this, several authors that I've worked with in the past that are selling it at $2.99. And you know what I tell them? I tell you what, why don't you add $3 to that price? And they're like, oh, my God, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, why not? Because I won't sell as many. I'm like, no, you won't sell as many. And they're like, why do I want to do that? Because you're going to make more money. And they're like, well, how will I make more money? And I'm like, well, you're going to sell a little less. You're not going to sell like, if you raise it by $3, you're not going to sell it by whatever percentage less. You're not going to like divide your sales in half or whatever. You're going to sell a little bit less, but you're going to get higher royalties. Okay, and if you get higher royalties, you're going to make more money. But I've actually seen that sometimes not only do you make more money because you're selling it for a higher price, but occasionally this does happen where they actually increase sales. In fact, one of my students that I've had in the past, not too long ago, I told her to raise the price. And I said, you know what? And she's like, well, am I going to sell less? I'm like, maybe. You might sell a little less, but you're going to end up making more money. She did it, and her conversion, and I don't even know what her conversion rate was because Amazon doesn't really get this, but her sales stayed the same. She was still selling an average, I think it was about 20 books a day or 15 books a day or something like that. Her book did not change, all right? We looked at it over a week, and she sold the exact same amount, all right? But she gave herself a $3 pay raise per sale, all right? So for her, she was sitting here going, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this before? I'm like, because you were afraid to do it before. Because we tend to think that, our books, we're an author, we're brand new, nobody knows us, we want to make it a really killer deal. We want to make it an impulse purchase. But if you price things too low, you might as well give it away, okay? Because there's a price range in there at 99 cents. It's like, who buys books at 99 cents? If you guys go to Barnes & Noble and you suddenly saw a whole roll of books, and I'm not talking about used books, okay? I'm talking about brand new, never purchased before, 200-page novels priced at 99 cents. You're going to sit there and scratch your head for a second. Why is this book priced at 99 cents? This doesn't make any sense. Like, how are they even making money on it, right? Why would they do that? This must be a garbage book. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't think it, but I certainly would. I would take a look at the price and scratch my head for a second. I may still buy it because I can sit there and read through it and say, oh, okay, this is pretty good. But see, you don't have that advantage. You don't have the advantage when you're selling a digital copy for them to actually crack open and start reading. I mean, yeah, Amazon gives a few pages of preview, but that's not enough usually to feed in their interest and get them hooked in order to walk out the store with it. So because of that, you need to use price anchoring, and this is where the physical copy of your book actually does make a difference, okay? Use the physical copy of your book and price it at $12.99, depending on page length and subject matter. But if you price it at $12.99 and people see that you have a physical copy of your book, and remember what I said earlier, that physical copy equals value, you know, people are going to assume that because it's a physical copy and because it's priced at $12.99, oh, hey, your book's worth something. So what they're going to see next is they're going to see it's $12.99, but they're going to see your Kindle version is $5.99 to $9.99. We'll say $5.99. They're going to think that they are getting a steal, all right, that they are stealing that book. So before, $2.99 was cheap and not, you know, it was just cheap, and maybe I don't know, maybe they're thinking, okay, $2.99 is a good deal. But by price anchoring your physical copy of your book at $12.99, it's going to make the $5.99 look a lot less, and they're going to think that they're getting a steal, and that suddenly that $2.99 book is actually worth more than $5.99. To them, in their mind, they're going to go, I can't see it actually because it looks like a professionally published book with a nice cover and all of this stuff. Oh, okay, I can see this book at being $12.99. All right. Okay, well, if it's worth $12.99, but it's priced at $6, hey, I'm getting a steal. So this price anchoring really does affect sales. Again, I'm just completely emphasize this and pound it in you guys' head. Please raise your price. At least test. If you don't test it, you're leaving money on the table because you never know until you test. And I recommend you test it for a week. All right, if you're $99 cents to $2.99 right now, raise the price by $3 minimum, $3 to $4 minimum, and test it for a week. Now you might be saying, "Oh my God, but what if I lose sales during that week?" Well, you might. And maybe you'll find out it just doesn't sell well at all. Well, but you can always put it back at the $2.99. You can always run another KDP Select. You can always get people in and going. That's fine. You can do that. And I'm going to tell you what, and you know, if anyone has a problem with that and getting back at that price and they don't see sales anymore, you know, then your book is probably on kind of shaky selling grounds anyway. It might need some work. But with that said, I've never seen it where anyone has tested and then not gone back to the price and not seen their sales shoot back up. Okay? So that's the deal. Got to take another drink here. Soda. Okay. Let's move on. Minimum reviews, 5 to 10, 4 or 5 stars before you run your catalyst. Not much I need to say about that. We all know why, right? We all know why. Social proof. You got people in there saying it's a good book. 4 out of 5 stars, 4 or 5 stars. You know, they're going to want to download it. They're going to want to purchase. Okay? That's before that you run your catalyst. All right? So now let's talk about the catalyst. Okay? The catalyst of sales. This is your free KDP Select promo. Now, if you guys do not know what the KDP Select promo is, it is the ability to give your book away for 5 days in a 90-day time period, okay, for free. And what you want to do is you want to break these days up into 1 or 2 day components, okay? So you don't want to run all 5 days at once. I'm going to explain that in just a minute. But the catalyst of sales, giving away your book for free, is really of vital importance, because what it does is it takes the 4 previous ingredients that I just told you guys about, and it actually gets the ball rolling. Amazon begins promoting. They start sending you traffic. You get eyeballs of people who are interested in your book, okay? And once they get interested in your book, they're going to download. And when they're going to download, Amazon's going to count that as a sale. And when they count it as a sale, they're going to boost your rankings, which is going to get more eyeballs in front of your book, which is going to get more downloads, which is going to totally blow it out of the water. All right. Then when you go back on sale, you're going to be high ranks, and you're going to be making money. Okay. That's what the catalyst of sales does. And when you first do this, you don't have to do a bunch of promotional stuff. You can totally just do this inside of Amazon with a couple things outside of Amazon just to give it a go. And if you find out that this catalyst is not powerful enough, you can rerun the KDP Select and you can make it even more powerful. But the first thing I recommend that you do is a simple KDP Select promo with a KDP coordinated book giveaway. And those of you guys who own the KD promo app, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't, it's really simple. There's a list of websites that you can find. You can find them all over the internet, that sort of thing. But what you can do is you go to these websites, you schedule, let me back up for a second. You go schedule your free KDP Select free day 2 or 3 weeks in advance. You then go to these book sites. These book sites want to know when your book is on sale or at a free price. Okay, they want to know when that is. And so what they're going to do is you tell them about your book, they read it, they look at it, they say it's got good reviews, and then whenever it goes on free, they're going to promote it, and they're going to send a ton of traffic your way, and then that's going to get the ball rolling. You're going to get a lot of downloads, and when you get a lot of downloads, you're going to start making sales. Now, I had some comments about this earlier in the webinar. People were saying, oh, you know, when I asked about your success, a lot of you people were saying, I got 100 downloads, I got 200 downloads, I sold 3 or 4 copies. You know, I got 300, 500 downloads, but I only sold a few copies after it was over with. The reason you only sold a few is because your catalyst was not large enough. You did not give away enough free books, okay? I find that you need roughly 2,000 to 3,000 downloads in a single day period, just a single day. If you can get 2,000 to 3,000 downloads in one day, whenever it goes on sale, back on sale, you're going to sell a lot of copies. Okay. Now, I say a lot. I mean, you know, I'd say 10 to 15 a day. You know, and I say a lot, and I mean it's not really a lot. A lot would be hundreds a day. But you know, a lot for most of the people here is 10 to 15 a day. And I mean that's pretty nice. I mean that's 300 to 400 books a month. That's a pretty decent income right there for a single book. All right. So. But you need to get about 2,000 minimum downloads in a single day. Now, just to let you guys know how Amazon works with their downloads. The reason you don't want to do 5 days all at once is because you want your download promotion shorter, okay? You want to get scarcity in there, and you want to pack as many downloads in that single day as possible because how Amazon's algorithm works, it's kind of similar. I don't want to say it's similar to Google, but it's based on the same thing. The more people you kind of have downloading in a short time frame, the more popular that they're going to believe that book really is. And they want to promote popular books. And so, as I said, it's a snowball effect. So if 2,000 downloads in a single day is not the same thing as 2,000 downloads over 5 days, okay? There's a huge difference. Huge difference. If you can get 2,000 downloads within a 24-hour time period, you're going to rock it, okay? A couple other things that you can do. If that doesn't work, the coordinated book giveaway, wait another 3 weeks, do a second coordinated giveaway, do the sites as well. But also, you know, if you have to, purchase a guaranteed download service where they're guaranteed to send you a number of downloads. A lot of you guys know I promoted that. Thomas & Williams Services, they're just one of them. There's other ones out there. But, you know, or maybe get in with some of these coordinated book giveaway sites. Some of them have where you pay them like $100 and they will guarantee to promote your book to their audience, okay? Get in with a couple of those. Do blog site promotion where you're doing, you know, going around with interested same parties of blogs. Say you got a dog training book. It's going to be free or reduced price. All right, go to those blogs that are about dog training and see if you can get a promotion out of them. But make sure that your promotional efforts are concentrated on those 1 or 2 days. When that happens, you're going to see a catalyst of sales. Everything's going to blow up, and then you are going to really make it happen, okay? All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and talk about these factors, all right? So, and a little bit more about these factors and how they've worked for other people. Okay, my friend Ryan Leonard, you guys know Ryan probably. A lot of you are probably on his list and stuff. He sends you some good info, good products he makes. All right, now I taught him these factors way back, way back. All right, and he finally got together and he used these on a brand new romance book that he had outsourced. And you guys have probably seen this before. A Sudden Engagement, 94 books sold. That's his book, Sudden Engagement. He sold 94 copies on the first day on sale. If you can go down there and look at that, 1,838 paid in the Kindle store. That's a 1,800 rank. Guys, that is huge. Anything under a rank of 20,000 is selling. And as you can see here, a rank of about 2,000 is 90 copies of books a day. Okay? He ended up getting 10,078 free unit promos. When it was free, it was number 23 free in the Kindle store. Top 100, he was in the top 25. He was number 1 in the contemporary fiction romance during that free period. Okay? He used these 5 factors that I'm talking about right now. Okay? Brand new romance novel. He had no sales before. He used the five factors. He went from nothing to a rank of 1,200. Sold over 90 copies the first day on sale. Okay? Now, we want to help you as well. Now, as you see, we have limited time on this webinar, So we want to offer you a chance to work directly so we can get you guys these 5 factors. We can help you set up your books like we've helped all of these other people, and like I'm going to show you guys some more here in a minute. All right, and what we want to do is we want you guys to work with us one-on-one, myself and Ashley, and I can't technically want to call that one-on-2 because both of us will be helping you. We're going to take you by the hand, walk you through everything, what these 5 factors are, why they're important, and how to use them effectively. 1-on-2, time with each of us, directing you as you need from book writing all the way to book selling, and we'll be there every single step of the way. So with that said, let me show you some more people who have actually worked with us, all right, worked with myself and Ashley, and have utilized our help to build successful Kindle businesses. This is case study number 7. Aubrey is a friend of mine. I helped her release her first book. She's going to use it to promote her baking business, 10 Paleo-tastic Desserts by Aubrey Carlson. Again, look at that book cover. All right, 10 in the red, Paleo-tastic Desserts. Huge. There's a reason why it's huge because I looked at her marketplace at the time, the categories that she was looking at, and her book stands out. Okay? Here's what Aubrey said about working with me, and I thank Aubrey for saying this kind thing and allowing me to use it on this webinar. Without Rob, I wouldn't have ever thought to write a book that helps me promote my baking, but it's not just that. My books are making money. Again, I couldn't do it without Rob's help. Thank you, Aubrey, for saying that. Now, case study number 8, Carol. All right, Carol, this is one of my best students that I've had. I've got another one that I want to show you guys in just a minute that's just totally rocking it, okay? She released her first book. She's selling about 500 to 600 copies a month and making over $2,343, okay? She had a free unit promo of $14,264. She got this by working with me one-on-one. I walked her through these 5 steps, 5 factors. I made sure that they were there. I made sure that she did everything correctly. I made sure that she would get results, and she did, all right? And her book is continuing to sell. As you can see, this was this month, all right? Case study number 9, Mark, all right? 3 books that he has released, okay? And all of them are doing extremely well. 349 units, 170 units, and 232 units sold this month. One of my best students, he's making over $3,000 in royalties every single month with Kindle. Again, I'm making sure that he follows with every book that he does, that he sits there and he follows along and actually does these 5 factors, and then he doesn't make the mistakes that I made, okay? So here's what we've got. 1-on-2 coaching offer. This is the offer, guys. We want to work with you 4 30-minute phone or Skype call sessions once a week for 4 weeks with both myself and Ashley. From start to finish, niche selection, book creation, editing, formatting, uploading, and the 5 factors of promotion that I'm just talked to you about. Or if you already have a book written, we'll help you where you are right now, and we'll help you sell what you got. So if you've got a book that's struggling to make sales and you want to really blow it out of the water, we'll help you with that. We'll highlight the mistakes that you're making. We'll go through, we'll analyze your book, and we'll say, hey, this book needs to do this, 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 and this, and this, and you will go and do it, and then you'll come back, and we will continue to tweak, and we continue to optimize, and we will help you get it selling. Now, we're not going to just leave you once those 4 30-minute sessions are over with. We're actually going to also give you an unlimited lifetime Skype chat or email 1-on-2 help, meaning that you can send us an email, you can send us a Skype message for life, and we will get back to you and answer your questions. We're not going to just kick you out of the door once the 4 sessions are over with. You have an unlimited access to me or Ashley one-on-one, all right? So once again, this isn't a classroom setting. This is one-on-one. Again, wherever you're at, whether you're brand new and just now starting, or if you are have a book that's selling and you need just more help selling it, we're going to be there for you. All right? We're going to show you what these 5 factors are, exactly what they are, and how you can implement them with your book and your strategy that you're currently working with. We will show you the mistakes that you're making that are killing your sales. I will show you how to get more for less, how to squeeze more productivity and more income while doing less work. A lot of my students, they're really struggling on a lot of these things. They're really they can't focus, they can't get things going. We're going to show you how you can laser drill down your concentration and how you can really get stuff done, including outsourcing, all right, so you can free up a lot of that tedious work. And again, we're going to work with you wherever you're at, whether you're with a book that you want help with now, or if you're brand new and you need help getting a book out there, we're going to do it, all right? And here's another thing that Ryan ended up saying. And I want to thank him for saying this. I've made more money online this year than ever before. And one of my biggest secrets to success is Rob Howard. And I thank you, Ryan, for saying that, okay? So this is the guarantee that we're giving you with our coaching. You will get a book done if you do not have a book done. you will sell copies of your book, granted that you do the work that we tell you to do, all right? If we tell you to do something and you don't go and do it, well, then that's not our fault, right? I mean, but if you listen to us and you follow what we say, you will sell copies of your book, okay? And if you don't sell copies after we tell you something, we're going to work with you until you do, okay? We're not going to just drop you and leave you hanging. That's why we have the lifetime Skype and chatting sessions, okay? That's why we're going to do that. So not only are we going to help you, we're also going to throw in a few things, which is, I think, here's the first bonus that we want to throw in, a free promotion. We're actually going to promote your book for you when it launches, or if we're going to help you with your current book, we're going to promote it for you, getting you 5,000 plus guaranteed downloads valued at $247. That's going to be free for every single coaching student, okay? So if you guys decide to join us and get personal coaching from myself and Ashley, you're going to get 5,000 guaranteed downloads of your book that we work with you with, okay? We're throwing that in. Huge bonus number 2, lifetime software pass. Every single piece of software that Booksmarts LLC makes and produces, you're going to get for free. That's Katie promo app, $317 value, $197 is the final price, plus whatever monthly payment we end up being. It's going to be about $317 over the course of a year. Ultimate book formatting software that we've got coming out right now, the $97 value, what it does is it actually takes your book and formats it both for Kindle and CreateSpace and gives you a copy that all you have to do is upload. It makes everything so much easy, so simple. We got that in the works right now. Katie Goodniche, niche digging software for Kindle, $47 value. That's going to be in the works here shortly. One of our premier products that we're currently working on as well is the Booksmart fiction writing software. Drag and drop allows you to write fiction plots. It's got it's going to have the hero's journey worked into it, so you can pull out those aspects and you can plug them into your story. I've got this crazy plan for it, okay, and we're going to sell that at $297, and that's just the beginning. More of it's going to be coming soon as we're going to have all software from start to finish. We're going to have. All right, and you're going to get every single software we produce for free, okay? Huge bonus number 3, Ashley's product pass. She's got a ton of information that she wants to share with you guys. 8 free informational products, including a mega resource list for authors, Kindle publishing guide, and a case study, and 9 of her most powerful informational emails. You guys will get all of that for free, plus the $10 or less products produced by myself and Ashley for free for life. You will get all of them for free. Don't have to pay a dime extra, okay? So you're going to get this product pass, which is valued at $97. So the coaching is $997 by itself. The free promotion is $247. Software value is $758. The product package is $97, totaling $2,099. But we're not going to do that. We're going to sell it to you today for not $1997, but for only $997, and you guys can join us and get coaching from us. You heard the success stories. We only have 10 spots available because this is a coaching offer. This isn't like, informational product or software where we can just sell unlimited amounts of it. We only have 10 spots, and we want you to join us. Okay? We want you to join us and become one of these next success stories. So the next time we run this webinar, you will have your success story up there, all right? And we're telling everyone about how you had success and how you are now making maybe a couple hundred, maybe 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, who knows, right? But we're going to give you the tools, and we want to get you up there as a success story. So for the next 30 minutes only, it will be at the $997 price. Because this is a first-time offer that we're offering you guys right now, it's $997. But after this 30 minutes, the next 30 minutes, while we answer question, the price is going to go up by $500 to $1,497. Okay, so we're only offering this right now. So if you want to join us, go to booksmartlabs.com/booksmart-pro. It includes a summary of the offer. Now, so go there. You can take a look and see. If you got any questions, drop them in the question box. We are now going to run our contest. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so Ashley is digging through the email. So this is, what is this for, Ashley? What are we going to do this for? What? Guaranteed download. So that's what we're going to do. Now, while she does that, I'm going to dig through these questions here and see. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Good questions, guys. A lot of good questions. No, someone said 3. Okay. Okay, cool, guys. Okay. Lots of good questions. Awesome. You guys are rocking, man. We're going to go through these here in a minute. Okay. Oh, man. You guys. Oh, my gosh. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Wow, you guys are awesome. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what we're doing. Yeah, Doug, we're going to have a replay, okay? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put this in the chat box. Okay, booksmartlabs.com/booksmart-pro. And let me just click on this to make sure that it indeed does come up. Page not found. That is embarrassing. Oh, someone said that's embarrassing, isn't it? It is embarrassing. Oh, that's so smart. What did I do? What did I do? I know I did something because I'm positive that was link. Here's what it is. Here's what it is. Guys, I'm so genius. I apologize. I left the S out because I'm smart like that. Book Smarts Pro, because that's our technical business name, is Book Smarts LLC. There you go. I sent it in the chat. Book Smarts Pro. I'm genius level, obviously. Okay. I apologize. All right. There we go. Yeah, everything's all set up. If you need a list of everything that's going on, everything that you're going to get, it is down on there. All right. So, Ashley, are we ready for our first person? Marilyn. What was Marilyn with a Yahoo address? I'm sorry. What was the last name? Marilyn Witt 2 at Yahoo. Okay, Marilyn Witt 2 at Yahoo. Marilyn Witt, she's here. Congratulations, Marilyn. You just won a $147 2,500 guaranteed download package for your book. All right. So what we're going to do, Marilyn, is we're going to email you. Yes, people are saying congrats, Marilyn. Congrats. That's awesome. We're going to email you here as soon as the webinar is over with to gather up your book details. If you don't have a book just yet, that's fine. All right. You can just go ahead and just hold on that. All right. And just when you get a book out, just let us know, and we'll totally pick that up and send you that promo. Okay. All right. Congrats, Marilyn. Everyone's saying congrats. Awesome. Okay. $25 gift card number 1. Jerry? Dr. Jerry Graham at Gmail. Dr. Jerry Graham. Is there a Dr. Jerry Graham in the house? Dr. Jerry. Marilyn says she has a book. Awesome, Marilyn. I'm here, Jerry. Awesome. Glad you're here, man. Congratulations. You won $25 gift card at Amazon. I feel like I'm a radio host. Congratulations, Jerry. Tonight you just won $25. All right. Amazon gift card number 2. Norman. Nors Dunn. Okay, what was it again? Norsdun. At IOL. Okay. All right. So whoever that is, Norman. Norman. Is there a Norman in the house? Is there a Norman in the house? Norman. Hopefully we don't have 3 Normans. There's a Norm. Norm Sash. Is that you? Is this your email address, Norm? It is a Nors Dunn. But it's not me. Oh, it's not me. Oh, well, we'll give him a second here. Okay, guys, Tim Green says there's a PayPal timeout session. Can't order. Go back to the page, give it a refresh, and try again. Okay? If it gives you a timeout, that's kind of weird. Use the first button. I guess the second button's supposed to work, but we didn't test the second button. Okay? Okay, so yeah, give the first one a try. Maybe that one might be it. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Karen's getting the same thing. Okay, well, let's go here and hit this. Okay, it's pulling up for me. That's really weird. Give a refresh, guys. That's... Oh, David can't order. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, I told you guys we were having technical problems. If you guys missed it at the very beginning, I told that we've been cursed with technical glitches. Like the past 3 webinars we've tried to do, we had one with Amy and Deb. The first button is working, Karen says. The first button is working. So apparently there's a problem with the second button. So guys, just hit the first button, go back to the page, hit refresh, hit the first button. I'm sorry, guys. I tell you what, we had a webinar with Amy and Deb. I was in Chicago. The internet crapped out on me. I couldn't get it to work. That was crazy. And then we had technical problems with GoToWebinar last Friday for this one, and now this one we're having our own. Like Ashley's computer went on the fritz. It's just cursed. It was October. That's what it was. I'll blame October. Maybe some witch put a curse on us. All right. So, all right, cool, guys. Thank you. All right, third button is not working. There's one at the very bottom. Yeah. Yeah, we are getting a PayPal timeout session on the third button. Or it's the second button. He meant the second button. Yeah, she's working on it right now in the background, guys. So if you want to buy, just get the first button. Click the first button. Okay. Oh yeah, this is awesome, guys. I appreciate all of your patience. You guys rock. They are very awesome. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just answer questions, and then whenever she gets back, we will do the next winner. And so I'm going to take some questions while we guys do that. Okay, let me scroll back up here so I can make sure and see here. Ian says his target is 40,000 downloads. Anne asked how long are these books usually are. The books for the clients that I've been working with, Anne, has been anywhere between 50 to 200 pages. Again, it just depends greatly on what it is. 50 pages for like cookbooks, children's books. Children's books are a little long, 20 to 30 pages. I have a couple novelists I'm working with, and they like writing long books, but you don't have to be a long book, okay? We can work with any book size. You do want to take into consideration, though, the longer the book, generally the more expensive of a price you can charge, okay? Ian says, I believe Amazon's credit one sells about 10 downloads. And Ian, that is correct. So whenever you're doing your catalyst of sales, your sales catalyst, for every 10-ish, I mean, it's not precise, but for every 10-ish downloads you get one sale. So if you get 5,000 downloads, that is equivalent to about 500 sales roughly in a day, and that's why Amazon will really blow it up. And Mark, who unfortunately had to leave, he said he's releasing a book next Tuesday. He's being interviewed on a TV show that will be viewed by 1 million people in 30 days, Ashley. It reveals facts about a land grab by banks. We have a professional site, Written Songs, as a companion site. Am I heading in the right direction? Yeah, Mark, I believe you are. That's really awesome. Robert, I'm going to go, if you're not in the Facebook group, Robert, make sure you join that. About your KDP Select. Okay. Susan asks, is there a way to do promotion without being on social media? Yes. You don't have to do social media. You can just do promotional sites and KDP free select promos. It might not be as powerful. It just depends on your book. This is the thing, though. This is the reason why we're doing coaching, guys, is because every book is different. All right. Some books lend themselves to social media. Some books lend themselves to offline. Some books lend themselves to charity promotions. Some books lend themselves to just standard old-fashioned KDP Select stuff. All right. It's going to depend on what your book is. Because I had someone I read a question just a little bit ago that said, hey, he ended up getting about 1,400 downloads. He only sold about 10 or 15 copies over a 9-day period. A large part of that has to do with the niche and the genre you're in. A large part of it has to do with the factors of your on-page presence. What I would do with you, if you joined our coaching, I would actually analyze your entire book campaign, what you've got on the page, and we'd go in and we'd start tweaking, and then we would run a second promo, and we would use my 5,000 download guarantee offer plus the site promos and all of that junk. We'd combine it together, and then we'd see what kind of results you would get. Okay, so that's kind of what we would do to help. All right. All right, we got another winner. Karen Heck. Karen Heck. Is there a Karen in here? I'm here. Karen, congratulations. You won $25. $25 Amazon gift card. Amazon, that's right, Karen. You can go and go buy some Christmas presents for your kids or your relatives or your friends, or maybe just keep it for yourself. Whatever you want to do with it, it's yours. Awesome, Karen. She says woot woot. Dr. Jory says, yay, Karen. That's awesome. All right. Yeah, about 5,000 free downloads is roughly 500 real sales. It's give or take. Like, the thing about Amazon is they don't really make that information publicly available, but I'm just, based on the stats and the experience that I have, I would say about 5,000 free downloads is roughly 500 real sales, okay? Just in my experience. But as I said, there's some variables in there, so that's why we want to work with you guys one-on-one so that we can get through some of those variables, all right? All right, we have one more giveaway. We have our $10 product package. Anything under $10 or less, we will give you for free for life in the future. And Ashley, what do we got? Greg. Greg at greganet.com. Greg, is there a Greg here? Yes, I'm here. Congratulations, Greg. You won our product package. Awesome. Glad and excited that you did that. Liz says, thanks, Rob and Ashley. Great webinar. Good, good, good. Awesome. I'm glad you guys. Woohoo, Greg. Jory, you are on top of this, man. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you're all excited. Okay, let me go through and answer some more questions. Debbie says there is a Facebook group for us. Yes, there is, and we will give that out. Well, go ahead and give that out. I'm going to pull that up right now. And I will shoot this over to you guys, and then I'll get back to the slides so you can see it. I just got to pull it up here because I do not have where's my group? Where's my group? Oh, there it is. Book Smarts Mastermind. I will shoot you guys this link. You guys are totally free to join. Anything about our Book Smarts products, the coaching, the KD promo app. If you've got questions, you can totally join that right there. Okay. All right. So I sent that to the chat box, and let me get in. Can you summarize the 5 points once again? Sure, Rahul. I'm sorry if I butcher that. I am terrible with names. Let's go back to the summary. You can go to the page, booksmartlabs.com. Booksmarts. Let me change that before I forget. Booksmart. Yeah, okay, there we go. So let's go back to the everything that you're getting, okay? So you're getting the coaching offer. This is the 4 30-minute sessions, unlimited lifetime Skype and email, one-on-two help. Okay, so after we have our 30-minute sessions, four of them once a week, you will then get unlimited Skype chat and email. We'll give you our personal email. Guys, I'm also going to tell you this right now. We're also giving you our phone number, okay, so you can call us, right? I mean, that means you can really, really, really bug the crap out of us if you really want. But, I mean, if you're going to pay $1,000 to have us help you, we want to make sure we're available for you, okay? We're going to show you the 5 factors. I kind of went over that. I'm just giving you a rundown. The bonus number 1 is a free promotion. It's a $247 value. Every single coaching student gets it for free with your book. Okay. The lifetime software pass. Every single software that Booksmarts LLC, our Ashley and my company that we produce, you will get for free. So any and all software. And the product pass, which is Ashley's big bunch of products that she has, plus all $10 or less products produced by us for free. And you can also see that if you go to the booksmartlabs.com/booksmarts-pro, you'll see it. All right, getting back in the question box. Is there a minimum number of pages for paperback? Yeah, Gary, I think there is. There is 20. I want to say 20. Is it 20, Ashley? It's about 20 or 25. Okay. Is it useful to ask for reviews of our book? It doesn't seem like anyone actually ever does that. Doesn't actually ask for reviews. But yes, it is. One of the secrets, I want to give them something right now. Go to librarything.com. And Ashley, how much did you have to, you didn't have to pay for that, did you? It's free. Offer your book to 100 people and you will generally get, yeah, you give it away. You generally get, what would you say, 5, 10, 10, 15 reviews. 10 to 15 reviews. So librarything.com, Susan, okay? That's one of the most effective places to get reviews. Okay. Question, if you have a custom imprint through CreateSpace, how do you go about extended distribution? Or are you just not really think about you're getting your books? I really don't bother with getting into libraries. I mean, that's really cool if you could. You know, so that's really cool. Linda says, I was supposed to, okay, after purchasing, let's see, was I supposed to get an email from you after purchasing? All I got was a PayPal receipt. Linda? Yeah, you'll get an email. What we're going to do is we'll email all of you guys personally because you're going to be working with us, every the download page. And in fact, we'll get on that here in just a moment, okay? I'm only having a, let's see, what was I answering? Was I answering one? This is why I get all this. Oh, yeah, the extended distribution. That's really cool, but I don't really think about it a whole lot. Let's see, I have 1 month left to use my KDP free days. How do I schedule, if not all 5 at one time? I will be using your KD promo app. I would still, but here's the thing. Once your 30 days are up, it will automatically reassign you another 90 days unless you tell it not to. So I would just break it up into still 1 or 2 day periods because you don't really want to do 5 days. 5 days actually is kind of hurtful. This is one of the things that we've learned. One of the secrets that we've learned is that 5 full days actually hurts your book promotion. Because what happens is your book goes on free, a lot of traffic gets there, a lot of people download it first, but by the 5th day your downloads have trailed off and all it's done is actually hurt your rankings, okay? So you want to break them up into 1 to 2 day segments. Rob, would you price a Kindle Kids book at 40 pages above $2.99? You know, Leanne, is there drawings involved? If there is like drawings and some sort of illustrations, yeah, I would charge $6.99 or $5.99. You know, if you're not fully comfortable with that, charge $4.99. The thing about this is testing, is really testing. Like, give it a test and see. If you don't sell a lot of copies or people say it's too high, then go ahead and price it lower, okay? Michelle asks, how do you schedule the subsequent Skype chats after the initial 4? No, how this works, Michelle, is there is no scheduling involved. You just send us an email or you send us a Skype message, you know, or give us a buzz and leave us a voicemail, and we will call you back or hit you back up on Skype, and we'll talk to you. So there's no, like, scheduling. If you just have a question, let us know, and we'll get back to you, okay? And we'll get back to you really quick. We're not going to, like, make you wait a week, okay? We'll usually get back to you within an hour or two. You know, that's what we'll try to do. Obviously, if it's like 4 in the morning and we're both in bed, that makes it a little more difficult. But how much does it cost to get the physical copies created on CreateSpace? Nothing. Well, there is a cost sort of involved. It's per printing. Like for every book that they have to print, they charge you. So if you price it at $12.99 and your book's X number of pages, they'll charge you like $3. But they take it out of the book sale. So that means you would make $9.99 plus the royalty or minus the royalty commission or whatever that you want to call it to Amazon. Amazon takes their take. So like on a $12.99 book, about $3 of printing, $9.99, you'd make about $7, $6, $7. Okay. Sorry, Rob, you meant the end of the book. End of our book. Let me go back and double check and see that question there. Oh, you mean at the end of your book? Not really. Like, I mean, you could put it at the end of your book and say, hey, please review our book. You can also, like Amazon thing with their Kindle thing, they kind of tell people to do it. But yeah, you're right. Not a lot of people really actually do. It's better to actually go seek out book reviews than to totally rely on them at first, because as a new author, a lot of people just aren't motivated to talk about your book and give you reviews. It's just really hard. They don't really want to take a chance on it, yeah. Okay, yeah. Linda says, when is the KD promo app going to be done with all of the review sites? That's what we're working on right now. We're working on a big group of sites right now, Linda. 20 to 30 is what Lena's working on. So just stay in touch with our group in our Facebook group. What do I do to get my prize? We'll email you, Greg. Leanne says, photos, not illustrations. So I'd say photos are still $5.99, $4.99, $5.99. Give it a shot, man. There's nothing you're not going to lose anything. Let me tell you what. It's scary. I know it's scary to raise your price with anything because, you know, people kind of like, you know, doing that sort of thing, and it's scary. But just try it, please. Just try it. I'm begging you, try it. All right, try pricing it at that, and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, you're not. Trust me, you're not going to lose anything because you're taking a chance. And if it does work, it's going to pay off. Okay. Tanya says, keep getting PayPal sessions have timed out. Can't get your buy button to work. Give the first buy button a try. Make sure you're using the first buy button. I don't know why that second button is doing that. Rob, you do not have to pay to get physical copies set up. No, you don't have to pay physical copies. What I'm saying is you don't have to pay. I'm saying that whenever someone buys a physical copy through CreateSpace, they take money out of the sale to do the printing. That's what I'm talking about. Linda said, yes, there will be 200 to 300. Yes, there will be 200 to 300 when we're finished, but we're still adding sites. That's a lot of sites to add. Michelle says, is it important to build an email list? Well, you guys are here now from an email list, so I think it is, and I try to build email lists with all our books. So I think it would be important to certainly try. I mean, you're not going to build a list that fast unless you're selling hundreds of copies a day. But hey, I tell you what, the people that sign up to your email list after buying your book on Kindle, they are totally going to be interested in because they're buyers. You guys are all buyers. All of you guys are buyers, and all of you guys are here, and all of you guys are responsive. All right, and the same thing's going to happen with you and your books, and they happen with my books, and Ashley and her books, and all of the students that I recommend they build an email list. Yeah, you may only get a couple hundred a month or whatever, whatever. You're going to get success though. You're gonna be able to email those people, and whenever you have a new book out, they're gonna buy it. All right. So it's never a waste to try and build an email list. All right. On Library Thing, am I buying the books for them or using KDP Free Day? You can use the freebie, but I think that you can also gift them copies. You can also send them a PDF. So you can send them a PDF, which is really cool. How to apply for a physical copy? You go to CreateSpace, and the Library Thing again, it's just Library Thing. LibraryThing.com, and you want to look for, and I'm sending this to everyone, you want to look for member giveaways. And the physical copy is just CreateSpace.com. All right, that's how you set up there. It's all straightforward. And again, guys, if you haven't written your book yet and you want to join our coaching, we will totally help you walk through all of that and set all of those up. We will totally help you do it and get you going with Fiverr gigs. Like if you need covers, I mean, we're going to help you along the way. We're really going to. All right, guys, you guys have been totally, totally awesome. Now, the button says, how much time does it say? 3 minutes. Okay, we started the sale a little late because we had some difficulty, so I'm going to extend this by another 15 minutes so you guys that were wanting to get in can get in. Okay, and we'll double check. Ian says, how do we update KDP Submit your app? If you do the app, just close it down, Ian, and then reopen it, and any update that's been applied will be there. Yeah. Robert says, you write more than one book. Tanya said, man, she's got a second problem. Now I've tried to get buying through. We got this error, unable to verify post variables. It's an optimized member problem. Tanya, what's your email? Type in your email in here, and go ahead and give us your email, and we will email you and get that set up. And we're sorry for the technical problems, guys. I didn't realize we were going to have all these. As I said, we're kind of cursed. Okay, give me just a second, guys. And I'm logging Ashley in, and she's going to fix the buttons. As I said, her computer is kind of on the fritz, and we've been having issues with it. Yeah. All right. And, yeah, we're having issues. Okay. All right, I tell you what. Ashley's taking over.
Okay, hello guys. Rob's working on the buttons right now, so I'm going to take some more questions here. So give me just a second to get caught up here. What do we have?
I've answered quite a few of those.
Okay, cool. Did you already cover the get reviews before the promo? Did you talk about that already?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, so Susan asked if we should try and get reviews with KD promo app first and then do the promo sites. I don't think that really matters what order you do that in, honestly. I mean, like, reviews always help. Yeah, but I mean, it always helps. Yeah, no, for sure. But I mean, yeah, submitting them to the promo sites and the review sites are both kind of independent of one another, a good idea. So let's see, when does this formatting software come out is a question from Elaine. Yeah, actually soon, hopefully the beginning of next month, I think, is when it's going to be totally finished. It's almost there at this point. We just have a few more things to work out. And we'll let you know, too. We'll send an email out when that's available as well. How many promo sites are currently available on KD Submit? Right now, I think we have at least 14. And like Rob said a moment ago, Lena's working on adding another 20 to 30 very, very soon. Let's see. Okay, yeah, no, that's a good point, Susan, and you're absolutely right. A lot of the free promo sites have gotten much pickier lately and are requiring reviews. And actually, the cool thing about KD Promo app is that we're going to display all that information for you when, eventually once we get all the sites added in, it's going to bring all of that up so you'll know which sites your book's eligible for, so you won't, waste your time or waste their time by submitting to sites that, you don't have enough reviews for. Okay, so thank you for letting me know about the PayPal. Okay, so it looks like the payments are working even though they're not quite displaying correctly. Okay. Well, that's good, but we'll make sure that regardless that any payment that went through is we will get in touch with you immediately after this webinar. Can I get a support address for KD Promo? Yeah, Mike asks that. Okay, so it looks like you lost your login. Okay, no problem. Yeah, go ahead and just email. You can email me directly. That's Ashley at Ashley Lorenzana. I'll put that in the box here. And anybody else who needs support, who wants to email me directly, is free and welcome to. Okay, let's see. Okay, Linda is curious about how much longer it's going to take before KD Promo app is totally finished. It's a much larger project than we had initially thought that it would be, but Lena is working very hard, and we're updating as we speak. I mean, she's not resting until it's done. So, I mean, hopefully not too much longer. I mean, for all of the sites to be added in, it's going to be a second just because that's a huge project, but will there be some documentation soon for KD Promo app? Yes, absolutely. We are working on that too at this time as well, yes. The formatting software is going to be released complete, Elaine. Yeah, there'll be no waiting on that at all. That's why we're not going to release that till it's totally ready. Okay, Linda, could you email me directly? And you know what? We can we'll work something out to help you with that because I totally understand that situation. I mean, some of you might be working with clients who you're helping with their book promotion, and we realize that you don't have time to wait for all that. So go ahead and just get in touch with me, Elaine, and we'll see what we can do for you for sure. Will the formatting software format for CreateSpace and KDP? Yes, that's the plan, Leanne. Yep. Okay, Nikki asks if the software works on a Mac. Yes, it's an Adobe Air app actually, so it's totally cross-platform and will work on a PC or a Mac. Yep. Okay, I'm going to hand this back over to Rob, guys. Okay, so it was great talking with you.
All right, guys. Yeah, and Michelle, that's 6x9, of course. And then we'll look at other options as well. We need to talk to our developer on what's he's exactly programming in, but we do have some specifications on that, and we'll let you know. All right, guys, we are at 33 after. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. 15 minutes from now, the price for our coaching is going to go up to $14.97. It's going to go up by $500. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we are not offering the $997 price ever again. We'll probably run this webinar again, probably in a few weeks. After we get some coaching students through, we start getting success stories, we're going to run it again so you guys can come back and ask more questions, and we'll have a good old time. But if you want to get in at the lowest possible price, you got to get in right now, okay? booksmartlabs.com/booksmarts-pro. Click the first buy button. For some odd reason, we're just having loads and loads of issues. Okay, the first buy button is indeed working. All right. So 15 minutes from now, I'm going to raise the price by $500, and then that's going to be it. You got to get in now if you at $997. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay $14.97 to get in. All right, we've already sold, and just to let you know, we had 10 spots. We've already sold 5. So, yeah, so get in now while you can, because once these spots filled, it's going to be several more weeks. Okay, guys? Now, thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming out. I had a good time. I think we got just about everyone's questions answered. You guys rocked. Okay, so here's what we're going to be doing. If you purchase the coaching, we will be emailing you. We will be emailing you. Ashley's right now working on trying to get the email and the computer back up on her end. So we're going to email everyone your prizes. Those of you guys who won the prizes, we're going to email you all of the details about that. Okay? So, 5 more spots left. $14.97 while this comes up. Thank you guys for coming up. I really appreciate that. Be looking for the replay, because I said I tried to give you guys a ton of good info, and this is the kind of stuff that we're going to be going over in our coaching. So make sure that you join us. We want to make you one of those. We want to add you to our success story list, as you can see from the 9 case studies. All right, guys. And again, we're guaranteeing that you will be successful. That's our coaching offer guarantee. I wanted to emphasize that one more time. booksmartlabs.com/booksmarts-pro. Go sign up. I'm going to put it in the chat box one more time just to make sure that everyone's got it. And then we'll be signing off. Use the first button again because, we're having tech problems. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and sign off now. And everyone have a great weekend. Yes. Oh, my God. Yeah, we haven't sold 5.